Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first ever GSEO interview. My name is Karthik, and I'm the GSEO co-founder.
My name is Utcher, the president and co-founder of GSEO.
So we are here today to interview Catherine. She is a rising sophomore at UPenn Bachelor of Arts, majoring in philosophy, economics, and politics. As a valedictorian in her class at Jakarta International School, she has published influential research on gender politics and sustainable business practices. She also holds a role as an alumni facilitator and advisory board member at Pioneer Academics, along with positions in consulting and alumni relations.
Yes, this incredible person is here with us today. Without further ado, shall we dig and learn more about her? So, Catherine, can you first say hi to our audience?
Hi, hello everyone watching.
So, yes, okay. Yes, you got into University of Pennsylvania. Like the fact that you actually got into like one of the best business school in the world, we can know that it must not have been so easy for you to manage your time and stress during your high school period. And again, nonetheless, you successfully got into Penn. How did you stay motivated during the times, and what motivated you the most during those difficult and challenging times?
Um, well, for me, I think it takes like a lot of like personal willpower as well. Like that's definitely like inevitable, but I also think that having like motivated peers around you is also very important. And like obviously like I know it can get to the point where it can be even like toxic or like very competitive, like even among friends. So I think that there is a limit of like how much you want to push yourself or how much you want to like constantly be comparing yourself with others. But I think that kind of like knowing that you're not alone in the process and like everyone is kind of like going through the same thing and facing similar struggles, I think that that's pretty motivating to kind of like um think about what you want to do in uni. And also like I just feel like you should genuinely be excited about like what you want to study or what you want to do in uni and like how you want to get there. So like if you're feeling like everything that you do is like really unmotivating, then maybe that's not for you. But I think that finding something that you're like genuinely passionate in is like an easy way to just like be a little bit more motivated as you try to navigate the college process.
Okay, yes, thank you so much for your answer about it. So moving on to the next part of the question. So like, yes, was there any like particular moment or experience in your high school that significantly shaped your path to UPenn? So I believe that there must be like a moment you decided to go like, okay, I'm interested in politics, economics. I'm interested in going to Penn.
Um, Like, I think that, like, especially when choosing like colleges, like, yeah, that aha moment is like very important. But I do also think it should be like a kind of sustained interest. Like, for me, like, I
Mhm.
can name like so many schools that, like, in the middle of the night, I was like, oh my God, I really want to apply to this school. But then, like, I didn't actually know if like that would actually match my academic interests or like what I wanted from my university. So I do think that kind of like taking more time, especially like once you get older, like in your junior, senior years, kind of like doing a lot more research on your school is like the most important. But in terms of like specific experiences, I think like I really enjoyed taking on more leadership roles when I got into like my upperclassmen years. So like for example, I was
Mhm.
captain of the cross country team at GIS, and kind of just like being able to lead such a great group of people, so talented, and like being able to like collaborate with others to reach like a goal is was something that really I thought was really empowering. And Penn is an Ivy
Oh,
that is like kind of known as like a social ivy. So like it's like I wouldn't say like the most collaborative necessarily, but like it's very like kind of there's a lot of connections going on. So I think that kind of like finding out that that was a part of my personality that I enjoyed was really important for me as well.
oh, so University of Pennsylvania was not your dream since you were like young. Like as you're researching during your upper class, you're like, that might actually fit your academic interest. Am I right?
Like I kept telling people that I didn't really have a dream school, which I think it more reflects my own personality because I'm pretty
Oh, wow.
pessimistic. So like I don't want to say like, oh, I my dream school is like Oxford and then you don't get into Oxford, but that's just like a personal thing and I do think that's kind of like a fault or like a weakness on my part because I do think that everyone should be like expressive of like what they're interested in and their goals so that other people can help you reach it. So I think that I just wanted to be like more realistic with my like goals as well. And like from what I heard from like people who were alumni and things like that, like a lot of like all the universities that you guys are thinking about are all very similar in academic quality. Like whether you go to like
Oh,
one school or another, even if they're like 2% different in like acceptance rate, like it doesn't matter. Like even like 10%, 15% difference in acceptance rate, that like really doesn't show anything about the quality of the school. So I try to stop myself from kind of like looking into rankings like that and more of like really finding what would fit me, I think is really important.
oh, okay. Thank you. And how did your mindset and personal growth like evolve from high school to your current studies at Penn? I believe there must be a lot to share.
Yeah. I think you're definitely right. Like definitely if I was like when I was definitely your guys' age, I was like I would not be listening to myself because it's like there's so much going on with like universities and things like that and you're just like obviously you can say that because like you're already like going to this school or whatever. But I do like genuinely believe in like what I say. So personal growth, I just feel like there's downsides and upsides to like any school that you go to. So for example, at Penn, like everyone around me is so accomplished and like so talented, which is something that I'm obviously very grateful for, and I'm grateful to be surrounded by like a group of people that challenges me every day. But then it's also can be very difficult as well because you're like you become
Yeah.
like an average student, which is like obviously okay, and you're always like you're like, oh, these people know so much more than me, and it's such a diverse school that you get people from all around the world and they have such different world like mindsets and things like that. So I think it kind of like what I learned from going to uni is that the world is so much bigger than it seems. Like obviously like I love Indonesia and Indonesia is like one of the most populous countries in the world, but just like in terms of like everything, like there's so many more people out there to meet that like it just like there's so much more to think about, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very interesting. Do you have any like farther goals or like dreams that you want to accomplish like during your college period? Like aside from academics, like
Um,
can be like I want to start a business or anything like that.
yeah, I think I want to be more like I want to be more involved like the cultural clubs I'm in. So I feel like this was like I didn't really discuss this. When I'm not Indonesian, I'm half Thai Indonesian, half Thai, half Indonesian.
Oh, okay.
And I grew up in a lot of places
Okay.
growing up. So I went to high school in Indonesia, but before that I was in like Singapore, Taipei, Hong Kong,
Oh,
the US. So like I've been like around a lot. And I feel like especially in Indonesia, like you don't really see many like Thai people or like things like that. But at Penn, like there's such an opportunity to meet like so many different people. And I want to kind of like embrace that the most. Like I heard from somewhere that like university is like the most diverse place that you're ever gonna find yourself in. And so I do want to like make the most of that and really like get to know each other's cultures and things like that. And that's probably like the politician in me speaking, I guess, but I just feel like there's so much like value in learning more about others' experiences. And you just like get so much more context of like what's going on in the world when you have people that like actually have been to those countries or like are from those countries. So yeah.
wow, yeah, that's very interesting. Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.